Recording in progress.
There we go. Good morning. So good to see you. Oh, we didn't have our Monday meditation this week. I'm so sorry because I made plans, to be flying around, so I didn't make it. But we're gonna do it today, and I was thinking about, oh no, but I wanted to maybe meditate 2 times, of the same topic because we are doing, we started the last meditation we did was on anger. Remember? Last week we meditated on anger towards others and how anger normally manifests towards others, and we also meditated on anger towards ourselves. So now I said, oh, we're going to meditate on attachment, but we cannot meditate one day at attachment. So we're going to meditate not only today, but we're going to meditate next week as well on attachment. So we're going to make many meditations on attachment. I thought it was easier. So let's do it, because actually attachment is that mind that projects, exaggerates the qualities of a person, of an object, of a situation, of ourselves, and therefore creates an idea, a story that make it so attractive, as I like to say, so juicy, that we want to have it, and we believe that we need to have that person, that object, that situation, that experience, otherwise no happiness. So that is why we need to meditate so much on attachment as being a negative mindset, because right now attachment, it's what is hypnotizing us, and making us want to do things or buy things or act in certain ways that looks like happiness, looks like what is going to be, like amazing. Oh yes, I'm going to be so happy, but actually is the opposite. It creates more that feeling of dissatisfaction, and kind of like, that hole. I always talk about that hole here that can never be fulfilled. Do you understand that feeling sometimes? That like, I'm not feeling, here. So that is what attachment does to us. Okay, makes us like slaves. So that's what we're gonna meditate today. Okay. So we tried slowly to recognize the negative aspects of attachment so we can start to familiarize with it. And when it comes up in our daily lives, which never happens, not once a day, attachment comes up. So the moment it happens, we can familiarize, we can realize it's there, and then we can make a decision. Yeah? How to act with the attachment, how to transform it, this attachment, into something that will not create more suffering for ourselves and others. That is the idea. Okay, so it's very important. Attachment is really, really, we say that the attachment and anger are the main important negative minds, because if you think about it, they are what we are normally. Oh, okay, I want this, I don't want that. But actually, we say that anger or aversion comes when the attachment doesn't have what it wants. So attachment has to be there. Okay? So that's why attachment, we need to really recognize it, the negative side aspect of it, really understand how attachment plays, and cheat on us, and kind of like, like it's very kind of like how can I say, yeah, sneaky, very sneaky attachment. Okay, so let's do that. Let's meditate on attachment today. So as we know, we just start with our posture, remembering to be kind to our bodies, but at the same time, especially because it's early morning, that we don't become too kind so we fall asleep. Okay, so that's why we say to keep a back as straight as possible. It helps. If you're sitting on a chair, then you try to put also your feet on the ground so you can be stable. Don't cross your legs. But if you're sitting on the floor, then you try to cross your legs in a way that your back can be as straight as possible without pain. And check your shoulders and arms. Make sure they are relaxed as well. Neck relaxed. Jaw, facial muscles relax as well. The tongue touches the upper palate, as we know. And the eyes can be completely closed or slightly open, so some light can come in and don't make us fall asleep. Okay? And from this posture, making sure the body is stable and doesn't become a hindrance. So we start to pay attention to our inner world, the world of thoughts, emotions, feelings, checking in how we are doing this morning. And especially we try to check how or what is our motivation for being here. Why we decided to come to this meditation and to meditate on attachment. And maybe we can see that by understanding the mechanics of our minds, realizing we don't have the control of our thoughts, ideas, opinions, even of our speech and our body actions. Therefore, we can never feel fulfilled because we are always following the mind of attachment. Therefore, it's important for us to understand, recognize it, and transform it, and eventually eliminate that mind from our own mental consciousness. And in this way, we can be free from it, and we can help others to achieve the same freedom. So we start by bringing our attention to our breath, just observing the subtle sensations that the air leaves every time that we dip in and out through our nostrils. We don't change the way we breathe, we just observe it. We don't need to follow the air in and out as well. We just concentrate at the tip of the nose. As we're going to experience, we're going to be distracted many times. So we notice this distraction, we let them go, whatever the topic or the story might be, and we simply bring the attention back to the breath again and again. Let's do for a few minutes. Become vigilant for distractions. Don't let them fool you. Let them just simply go and bring the attention back to the breath again and again. So now that we were able to focus and concentrate our minds a bit, let's use that focus to analyze attachment. So we try to come to some conclusions with our analysis, and then we use that concentration to focus on that conclusion and therefore transform our minds. So we can start by understanding that attachment is this exaggeration of positive qualities of a person, an object, an idea, an opinion. And attachment clings to that as the source of happiness. So for a moment, really try to think what thing, person, place, idea, opinion are you most attached to? Try to really start with us, the strongest, the one that you know you are attached to. Just analyze for a moment. And try to think, if someone would ask, but why did you choose that person, that object, that situation, that idea, that concept, or, that view? Why? Why would you say that you are attached to this? Think about it, because how are you projecting positive qualities to this? Can you see it? Try to investigate. Can you see that you are projecting these qualities? Maybe check if you develop any unreal expectations of this person, of this thing, of this situation, of this opinion, and how these unreal expectations actually are. Maybe check if you think that this thing, this object, this person, or this opinion, or these situations should always be there. And as long as it's there, it will make you happy. Check if you project or have these types of expectations or others. Try to check how attachment makes you act. Think how attachment to this person, to this object, to this situation, to this view, to this idea, to this opinion makes you act, especially towards others. Check if you might do things even that are not so nice. Maybe you become manipulative or, lying, or you become a bit even aggressive for wanting to have, that person, that object, that situation. Maybe you even lie to others. Think about it, how you actually act. Without judgment, just observing it. I guess if you're observing a movie. And try to see how these affect your relationships with others. Maybe you keep going into dysfunctional relationships. Maybe that attachment really also makes your relationships with others difficult or create difficult situations in relationships. Try to check. division, anything. And just check that even if you have that person, that object, that situation, that opinion, when you actually have it, you are not in peace. You worry that that person might leave you or might die. You worry that the object might break, someone might steal it from you. You might think that, situation is going to finish, the opinion is going to be challenged. Think about it. Even when you have it, you are actually not happy as you first thought you would be. Stay with these for a moment. So with that, we come to the conclusion that attachment is not our friend. It doesn't actually bring that lasting happiness, but quite the opposite. It's destroying our peace of mind. So try to come to this conclusion and stay with it. So with that, we really come to the conclusion and to recognize the disadvantages of attachment. So we try to make a strong commitment to not be fooled by it more and more in our days. That by recognizing these negative aspects of it, we will make every effort possible that when it comes up in our daily lives, we don't fall for its trap. So we make this conclusion by dedicating that we might use this meditation and this awareness, this understanding in our daily lives, in every relationship, in every situation, in every moment. So we can start freeing ourselves from these minds of attachment, not only becoming happier, truly happier for not following it, but being able to help others to see the same, help them be free from the clinging. So we dedicate for that we are able to do that more and more. And we can relax our posture. Open our eyes. It's not always easy to see, how we are being fooled by attachment, but that's what we need to do. That's why, we normally say start with the strongest one because it's easier to see it, right? It's easier to see how it's not really healthy, the attachment when we have towards someone or something or an opinion. And then we start to kind of like check the smaller aspects in our daily lives. And the more we get familiarized, habituated to it, the easier it becomes. Okay? So try to do that as homework. As I say, you guys that come to my classes, you have homework. So try to check in your mind, okay? In your day-to-day life, how attachment plays and how it's negative. Okay? Don't be fooled by attachment. I see you next week or tomorrow. Thank you. Have a
Thank you
wonderful
so
day.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
honey. Thank everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Bye bye.
sweetheart. Bye.